All right. Shawn Clement, Wisdom in Golf, and I am at Master Yoda's of Fitting, Ian Fraser's house, txg.ca. Check it out. This is so exciting because I was fit at Ping, and you guys just saw a nice fitting with me with my G driver.
Yep.
And now I'm getting a nice fitting with the G400. So we're gonna get to really review the G400, the specifications. You're gonna tell us the differences and what the improvements are.
There's been some changes, hasn't there? I mean, you can see it straight away, and the consumers that have been out and had the G400 in their hands, they go, well, that doesn't look like your normal offering from Ping.
Right.
It's a little bit different now.
Yeah, it's smaller.
It's a little bit smaller. There's a speed story going on.
Yes.
We like that. So, you know, the thing with Ping is there's always been the search for more consistency, more forgiveness, higher MOI, moment of inertia, resistance to twisting, more out of your off-center strikes, which is where we all benefit when we get more out of those off-center strikes. So the guys at Ping have never been ones to sacrifice that in order just to hit it far.
Right.
So we don't want to destabilize the driver. We want the driver to be as stable as it possibly can.
Yes. So,
you know, they're so conscious of that, and that's been Ping's sort of mantra. The DNA of their drivers has always been about forgiveness.
Exactly. And I've held on because I love this G driver. I've been doing really well with it. I'm excited to try of course, the G400. So I'm glad I'm doing it here under under your supervision.
Well, there's lots to talk about. There's so much technology. I mean, packed into everywhere you look in this driver, there's been a thought behind why it's there.
Absolutely.
From the weighting to the size, the new smaller profile.
Yeah.
So the first thing you'll notice when you look down at it and you see the sort of footprint of the driver significantly smaller. Okay, so what they were able to sort of measure was the club head speed was they were sacrificing a little bit of something with such a big profile ahead.
Yeah.
So, you know, that doesn't mean too much when you're Bubba Watson and you swing at 122, but if you can pick up a little bit of club head speed, you would rather have it than not have it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if other companies in the industry are getting it, you know, you don't want to be giving that away.
And we're actually going to see a video of me and Eric, who's the head engineer over there. And you know, the back of this particular driver, it's just like, you know, those aerodynamics in the back of those semi trucks.
Yep.
They're doing the same thing with that, and they've noticed that it really stabilizes the head.
Well,
and it makes it a lot more aerodynamic.
What they used was they actually used a sort of smoke test. So they basically shot smoke at the driver head and watched how the front of the driver sort of either pressed it upwards and created pressure against the face. Yeah. And then obviously we got the turbulators. The turbulators on top, which was a bit of a really shocked the industry to put those on top of the driver.
I just saw a Mercedes van with turbulators around the back.
Without doubt, no doubt. Right? So trying to get that air flowing over the top of the driver, trying to get as much speed. Yeah, exactly. Trying to get as aerodynamic as possible. Okay, so we've still got Dragonfly technology, so that moves on from the G. So we're making the frame of the driver head is
if it ain't
thin.
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just adding to the good technology they had. So the one thing that Ping have really talked about with this driver, though, is the sound. They actually engineered the specific pitch of the driver.
Right.
So sometimes when you get a larger frame, one of the downsides is there's more space for the sound to bounce off the walls. Yeah. So the pitch goes a little higher, and some people go, I don't really like that. It doesn't really sound like a good driver.
And if it's indoors, it's loud.
It's even louder. So when we, in this environment, people go, you know, you put that one away, give me that other one. So they really worked hard at kind of specifically engineering the pitch. So they actually worked on some software where they gave customers and consumers some feedback. What does that sound like? Do you like the sound of that? Do you associate that one with a good strike and that one with a bad strike? So they actually engineered the sound of it, then made the head to suit. So the guys at Ping, to be honest,
this is exciting.
They're probably the smartest guys in the industry. Yep. They're a team of engineers. I know a few of them personally. Dr. Paul Wood, I've gotten to know Paul very well. Super smart guy. Never stopped learning.
I really enjoyed my visit there with the factory with Eric.
Yeah. So we've got 3 heads.
Yep.
So we've got the straight flight technology carries forward. So more of a draw bias driver. If you're struggling with that slice, you're going to get a little bit more out of that. Can encourages a little bit more rotation of the club head.
Okay.
Okay. Then we've got the standard neutral driver.
Yeah.
Okay, which is just if you've got pretty neutral ball flight and you're looking maybe to have the ability to shape it both ways,
Yeah.
you know, stick to that.
Yeah.
And then you've got the low spin technology.
Right.
We talked a little bit about one feature of it that you kind of weren't as aware of last week, and that was the face roughness on the
when you told me about that, that's incredible.
So they actually upped the kind of friction, or the sort of the face is significantly rougher on the LS Tech than it is on the standard version.
So it grabs the ball.
Exactly. So it stops the ball launching high, and it keeps the ball coming out a little bit lower. So
that's why when your wedges are brand new, they grab the ball better, the flight's lower.
No question. No question. The more loft you have doesn't mean the ball is going to go higher, because if it encourages more friction, the ball is actually going to be pulled down, and you're going to hit in those little low zippers.
That's
that just hit the green and stop.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why the guys on tour always they have brand new wedges every week, don't
Absolutely. So, you know, just a quick one here on the technicalities of what that does to reduce spin. When you have the journey of the driver head, I'll kind of come into this kind of direction. You have the journey of the driver head. So this is what we'd call angle of attack. You talk a lot about angle of attack. So say we're 0 angle of attack. If we can keep the launch of the ball closer to that angle of attack in a plane sense, because we don't want to launch it too high.
Right, you don't want it ballooning.
We keep the spin rate down.
Yeah.
Okay, so added friction will keep the launch of the ball closer to the angle of attack line, and it will actually keep this plane.
Is Ping the only one that does that?
They're the only one who engineer face roughness into the face right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so really, really smart. So for the guys who are looking for the little added 200-300 RPM reduction that's going to make your driver, you know, just go that little bit longer and make the difference.
Yeah, especially if you got some good club head speed. You don't want to be wasting that.
Without a doubt.
All right. So?
We test it?
Yeah,
let's do it. So we've got your G, which was previously fit. So let's use that as our baseline.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, so for the benefit of the fitting, we're going to go draw?
We're going to go little draw.
Okay. All right, so I'm staying right edge of that. All right. Well, that was really well struck. Good. That's pretty much a stock drive right there. What do the numbers look like?
So we've got the ball launch at 14.5, 2,500 spin, a little bit inside path. Let's see what the height came out at for you there, Shawn. 129 feet. Would like to see that a little bit down, closer to around 115 for your speed. Here's a little hack, a little club fitting hack for people.
Club fitting hack.
If you can match your club head speed with the driver,
if
at your speed, we would consider this tour speed. If you can match the height to your driver speed, you won't be far away.
Okay.
So you're 129 feet and 111 club head speed, or just shy of 111.
Okay.
I'd like to see you a fraction further down.
Okay. Oh, that's a little too low, Ian.
Okay. A little lower in the face.
Yeah. So that one we won't bother with.
Well, it's almost nice to show people that, you know, the forgiveness in the driver when you're hitting it, you know, when you can hit it that far low in the face.
Yeah.
And you can still hit it 273 when the strike is 21 millimeters below the center of the head. That's when your driver's
only 21 millimeters?
Only just the 21. That's when your driver's forgiven.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
One more?
Let's do it.
There we go. No, that's going right and it's not coming back.
Okay, let's get something new in your hands.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's have some fun.
Let's see how much more consistency we can get with that shaft.
Okay, so LS Tech. So the new head comes in a little change in loft as well. So the old LS Tech used to be 9 degrees. The new one is 8.5. So a little bit of loft, which will actually help you, Shawn. That'll help get your spin rate down a little bit.
This This shaft feels very different. And what's cool is that it feels like I have the same club head in my hands. So not much change there as far as the look, and I love the look of this driver. It sets up so nicely. All right. That's much flatter, isn't it?
A significantly flatter flight. It's going to be coming out around 100 feet.
So 112 club speed.
Yep, 103 on the height. So.
Ooh. So we actually went the opposite way.
Let's have a look. So dynamic loft, Shawn, is now down at 16. So we were looking to bring that down. I think we said around 18 was going to be where you'd be just about ideal.
Right.
Okay, so let's see what we got. Ball speed wise, similar-ish to the first one that we hit.
Yeah, I haven't tagged one yet. That was just a slight off center. Did it catch where I hit the ball?
It was a fraction low in the head.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where it felt I hit it. Yeah.
So if we can shift that the same amount up into this upper toe,
got it.
we'll be in good shape.
That was a little more center.
Okay. So we're turning this one over.
Yeah, it's turning over beautifully.
We're getting lots and lots of output from it. Low spin, good ball speeds up. Took a jump there, 3 mile an hour jump. Okay. So we need to not unhappy with the curvature. I just want to offset it further right. It just has to start in a different line. So let's make that little adjustment.
Because we can see there's a consistent pattern there, right?
Yes.
Because I'm staying with that.
Yeah. And for the viewers, and just kind of, in order for people kind of watching to see which one might be most suitable for them, this head, the LS Tech, sits quite open, and maybe you can talk a little bit to the address position of it. So when I've got that sitting now about a degree open, but the driver already starts about 2 degrees open. So if you look at that now,
it definitely looks
right. So if you fight the left side of the course as a right-handed golfer and you fear the hook a little bit, this is going to give you a lot of confidence.
Yeah, this feels like I can just let it rip.
Yep.
Okay. We'll see if
Let's
I
have a
can
little
do
look.
it. Oh yeah, that is significant difference right there. So I'm staying with the right edge of that. The key here for a proper fit is for me to stay with my target. That's where I get the best reading. That I hit nicely.
Okay, so we've still got a bit of curvature, but we did actually start at a fraction more to the right.
I hit that really good, man.
You wouldn't be upset with 319, would you?
No. So we're looking at...
So look at what we're getting here. As you get more comfortable with the driver, look at you're starting to pick up the ball speed.
Yeah.
Club head speed is starting to improve. You're getting the confidence.
Well, that's it. Like you said, you said, hey, I can give it a rip, and it gave me 3 extra miles per hour.
Absolutely. Look at the consistency you're getting now in the delivery. So your dynamic loft is really stabilizing now.
Yeah.
So we've got the path from the inside, and we know you're a shot maker, so we don't need to read too much into the curvature because you could equally hit it the same the other way. So this is really
I
nice
can play
set
with
of
that,
numbers.
right? Because it's so consistent.
And you're just adding,
It's just a strong draw. It's not a
really
hook.
good. Brought that flight down a little bit, which is nice.
Yeah.
So we're getting a little bit more of a penetrating flight.
This shaft is really nice.
Really smooth, isn't it?
What were you were saying something about Accra before? They were they're getting their graphite from Japan.
So Toray graphite is recognized as the #1 source of graphite composite in the golf industry. So Accra are sourced from those guys now, and the quality of their shafts really them and Mitsubishi, Fujikura, they're unmatched in the industry.
Right.
So Accra, the difference for them is they specifically make shafts that are designed to be fit. So there's a profile to it. So if you look at the code on that shaft,
Yep.
it has a code on there, 465, okay? So if you flip that right around there, so 465. So
Yep.
4 means that that is their stiffest tip section.
Okay.
So it goes 1 to 4. 1 being the high launch, really
Yep.
soft tip.
Yeah.
65 being the gram weight. Okay, so you're using a tip stiff
This
65
is the
gram.
heaviest 65 gram shaft I've ever felt.
And so for the viewers, when they grab something, they go, well, that doesn't feel like a normal 65.
Yeah.
This is particularly stiff in here. Well, why is it stiff? Because that's where the mass is. That's where the strength is.
Okay.
The more we slide that weight scale down the shaft in
Yeah.
terms of where the strength and mass is,
Yeah.
you're going to feel it heavier. Even though on the digital scale, it's still 65
wow,
grams.
that makes so much
Right?
sense.
So a 65 gram shaft that's heavy here doesn't feel the same as a 65 gram shaft that's heavy here. They're entirely different. So in terms of the swing
that's
weight,
huge.
balance point of the shaft, that's what's going to influence the player. So for me, if I've got someone who I'm trying to kind of maybe delay the club head on the downswing a little bit, try and keep the club behind me because I'm trying to influence that start line
Yeah.
to the right,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a shaft that has a little bit more mass in the tip section. The opposite, if I've got someone who misses it to the right, I want to encourage that to happen.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So when Sergio, works with his club fitters, and I know a bunch of the boys he works with, he has so much downcock in the downswing. He's trying to get the club head back out in front of him as fast as he can.
Yes.
Or he's going to get stuck with all this lag, all this club head speed. Like we said, lag is only good if you get rid of it.
Right.
So there's no point in storing up
You
forever.
want to get rid of it at the right place.
You want to
but
get rid of it.
You want your club head to be with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, for different types of swings, we have different ways of influencing those swings.
Okay. So, do you mind if I try fade?
Go for it. Let's see it.
Let's see what the fade looks like on this thing. Now I've got my open face, and I've got this beautiful mass at the bottom of the club.
You've just hit an absolute bullet there.
Woo! Wow. Here we go.
Okay, so as close to a dead straight shot as we'll see. Spin
That's it.
axis was virtually perfectly straight.
So spin at 3,000 RPM for a fade, we're looking pretty good.
And for us, the reason, if we want to go, okay, well, why did it spin more? Just had more loft.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So general, just trying to keep that club face right of your club path, which for you is going to produce that fade. If your path is going leftward, you want to try and keep that face to the right of it to encourage the curvature.
That's right.
You're going to gain loft.
Yeah.
In that
So that's
scenario.
me aiming down left center
Yep.
and hitting it left center.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So just a little change in club path.
This is a wonderful setup.
Now, what do you feel with the head? Do you feel a different sort of feel with the head or sound? What are you getting from the new head?
Yeah, the sound is a little bit
Sound is
more persimmon-like.
Right, which is exactly what they were going for, because if we put earplugs in you right now and gave you your driver and this one, you'd go, they feel the same.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
the sound is how we equate feel.
Yeah.
So the sound of it being a little bit more of a dull thud rather than a high-pitched.
It just feels like, because of that sound, it feels like I'm compressing the ball a bit better.
Exactly. Yep.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very much. Thank you very much, Ian.
You're welcome.
It's a lot of fun.
Anytime.